This video is to show you how to set up the operation and some troubleshooting methods for the Reno Model BX Detector. The Model BX is a full-featured, single-channel, dual-output vehicle detector that incorporates the reliable vehicle detection technology found in all of Reno's vehicle detectors. With the unit plugged into the 11-pin connector and the power on, the power LED should be on in green. If the unit is plugged in and the LED is off or blinking, this is telling you that you have a power issue and you should check the input voltage to the unit. We will talk more about this in the troubleshooting part of the video. Once the unit is powered up, the power LED should be green. Both detect LED and the loop fail LED should be off. From the front panel, there is an 8-position rotary switch which you can set the sensitivity of the detector. At the factory, we set this rotary switch to 3. This is a good starting point. If you need to adjust the sensitivity higher or lower, use this rotary switch to better detect vehicles in the loop detection zone. There are 4 settings for frequency: high, medium, low, and low. To adjust the frequency, they are selected by the 2 dip switches on the front panel. What you want to do if you have multiple detectors, you will want to make sure that each detector is set for a different frequency. If you don't do this, you could get crosstalk between the detectors. If you change the frequency selection switches, you must turn on and off the unit for the changes to be applied. Now the detector is ready to detect vehicles. There are 2 selectable presence modes for this detector. First, let's show you how the detector operates in the true presence mode. Dip switch 3 is in the off position labeled true when a car is placed over the loop of the Model BX detector. The DET light should illuminate red. This is to let you know that there is a vehicle over the loop. At this point, the unit will activate the A relay. The relay will stay activated and the detector will not retune until the vehicle leaves. This is the factory default setting. The other mode of presence detection is the limited presence mode. This feature is used at locations that have a compromised loop that occasionally locks up. To activate this feature, you will turn on switch 3 labeled Limit Pres. The detector will hold the call output relay A for 1 to 3 hours. After that time, the detector will retune. With the Model BX, you have options that you may want to use. From the front panel, you have a boost dip switch. This feature is useful in preventing dropouts during the passage of high bed vehicles, or when a vehicle is towing a trailer. To activate this setting, turn on dip switch 4. Another feature is if you want to put a 2-second delay on the output relay. If the delay feature is activated, the output will only be turned on after the 2-second delay of time has passed with a vehicle continuously present in the loop detection zone. If a vehicle leaves the loop detection zone during the delay interval, detection is aborted and the detect LED will flash at a 4 Hz rate. The detector indicates that a vehicle is being detected but that the output is being delayed. To activate this feature, you must use the dip switch 5 on the front panel to turn this on. The Model BX detector comes with an additional Output B relay, which can be programmed from the front panel. Output B has 4 modes of operation that are selected by 3 front panel mounted dip switches: presence, pulse on entry, pulse on exit, or fault. When all 3 dip switches are in the off position, the Output B relay operates as a pulse on entry mode. A 250 millisecond pulse is set to occur when the vehicle enters the loop detection zone. This is normally the factory default setting. To pulse on exit, change switch 7 to the on position labeled exit, and a 250 millisecond pulse will occur when the vehicle exits the loop detection zone. If you want Output B relay to be the true presence mode, turn on dip switch 8. The detector will hold a call on the Output B relay as long as the vehicle is present in the loop detection zone and power is not removed. to leave the output B relay in the normally closed position at all times, turn on dip switch 6. Now let's talk about if you have fail light or issues with the detector. With no power LED or a blinking LED, this is telling you that you have a power issue and you should check the input voltage to the unit. To check the voltage, you need to use a voltmeter. Look on the side of the detector unit and see what the voltage should be, knowing that you should set your meter to measure that voltage. For example, if it's a 120 volt AC unit, you should set your meter to the AC reading. If it's 24 to 48 volt DC, you should set it to the DC reading. Once you set the meter, take one of the two probes and input it into pin 1 of the socket and the other put into pin 2 of the socket. And make sure that the meter is reading the correct voltage for the detector you're using. If the power is reading what you need, there may be an issue with the unit. If the power is wrong, you need to take care of the power supply before the unit will work. The Model BX detector has a diagnostic feature. If your loop fail LED is on and detect LED is on, this is an indication that you have an open loop or circuit. To troubleshoot this issue, look to make sure that the loop is connected. Most of the time it is a loose wire connection or the lead-in wire has been cut. If you cannot find a cut, then you will need to test the loop. If your fail LED is flashing at a 1 Hz rate and the detect LED is on, this is an indication that you have a shorted loop. Once again, check the wire connection or the lead-in wire for a short. If you cannot find a short, then you will need to test the loop. The Model BX detector has a diagnostics feature. The detector will let you know that you had a previous loop issue. So when the loop fail LED is flashing and the detect LED is off, the detector is letting you know that you had a loop problem. If and when the loop returns within tolerance, the loop fail LED will flash at a 3 flashes per second rate to indicate that an intermittent loop fault has occurred and has been corrected. This lets you know that the loop may or may not be within tolerance. This flash rate will continue until another loop fault occurs or power to the detector is interrupted. To reset the detector, turn off and on the power or unplug the detector and plug it back in to clear the diagnostic fault. This is the basic operation of the Model BX Reno detector.